Ilerioluwa Oladimiji Aloba, popularly known as Mohbad or Imole, passed on the 12th day of September 2023, and it has caused a domino effect in Nigeria as well as some parts of the world, especially on social media, with so many people calling for justice for Mohbad and for the head of his record label boss. Welcome to this conversation on Africa Tech Radio. My name is Mide Daniel, and with me in the studio,
I'm Samuel. I'm a content writer.
I'm Samuel Davis. I'm a content strategist and a digital marketer.
My name is Dayo, and I'm a digital marketer.
Thank you guys, welcome, and thank you for joining me. You know, talking about social media, a lot of conversations have been going on, and I would want us to look at some of these cases, right? So first and foremost, I want us to talk about justice for Mohbad, and is there a bigger picture here? So let me give you an instance. Recently during the procession, I would not want to mention names, but a big boy in the media space, or let's not say in this space in Lagos, came to the procession, and there was a lot of hailing. People were like, hey, this person. But some time back, this same person ordered a DJ to be beaten and had it on live video. So it will mean that this person is a bully too. And this person came to the Justice for Mohbad, the procession and candlelight, and we were hailing him. Do you think there's a bigger picture, or is this just about Mohbad?
Okay, for me, I just feel there's a systemic issue in Nigeria, and it goes beyond Mohbad, because it's just another person away from all this justice for another person. Because if a known bully is at this procession, he's not even supposed to be welcome there in the first place, if we're speaking about ethics and morals. But because we are only looking at those who are standing with us on this issue, we're looking at it like the end justifies the means. How we get the justice might not matter. All we want is the justice that we sorely seek for Mohbad. So there's a bigger issue, but then as Nigerians, we are quite myopic and sometimes forgetful. So we only look at what is happening at the moment. So for now, for everyone, it's just about Mohbad. But beyond Mohbad, it is bigger than this.
So the word justice, right, is very important in like a situation like this, right? But the so-called big boy we're talking about, honestly, right? I don't want you guys to just tag him as a bully, right? Because the people he works with, the other guys that are with him, the so-called DJ that got beaten up, but things they happen now. Come on, things they happen. You can't just say the guy just went to send people to go and beat him, this one, that one. Which one be bully safe? Eh? Either they call person bully. I will not be so. Actually,
oh, so you think that for every action, reaction,
right?
And
I've
action.
done something now. Come on, if I pinch you and then you beat me, I know you not bully me now, Abi. You not bully me now. That's what it be.
Okay, now Davis, what do you think?
So basically, something about Nigerians is we like to side with the victim, right? We like this grass to grace story. We like the underdog story. If you see Big Brother, one of the strategies that have worked in recent times has been I'm the little person, right? I'm the person that's suffering. So we just like to take sides with the victim. But now, talking about this bigger, so I think that's what this whole Mohbad situation is really all about. Like, people are just saying, oh, this guy was unfortunate, this guy was bullied, and people are just trying to, let's speak of, it's just a natural Nigerian thing, right? But then, speaking about this situation, this particular person that we're talking about, you see, now who they catch and I be thief, right? This particular person, you can't prove that it's the person that actually sent this person. So that's why there's really no spotlight on that, right? You can't prove, even with this Mohbad situation, there are still people that are saying that you can't say that it's these accused people that actually ordered the eats of this particular Mohbad guy, right? So this person that I say is a bully that attended, you never can tell. These people, they have loyalists, they have people who are loyal to them, and once you just come for their guard, all they do is they like to do is to just try to prove themselves to their boss. So I think that's the way it is in this situation, and we can't really say what exactly is the situation currently.
Also, you know the song now, all these Elon Musk boys, Faraday body. So cyberbullying considered as a form of harassment, because looking at X, looking at Instagram, everywhere they're calling for people's head, they're calling for people's lives, they're calling for this, calling for that. Do you think that we are bullying the bullied, or that we are bullying the bullier, or could we put it like that?
One thing you should know is Nigerians generally, a large portion of us are frustrated, and now a lot of us don't know how to deal with our frustrations, right? as a digital marketer, I spend a lot of time on social media, monitoring and conversations and all of that. You see that people just come online to cast out their frustration. They just come out to vent. So if you're now that person that's unlucky to
transfer aggression,
to understand, the aggression just falls on you. Of course, cyberbullying is very terrible. I don't condone it. I mean, it's very, very terrible. But I just think it's more like a socio-cultural thing in Nigeria. Like, everybody's just angry. I was seeing something yesterday. Somebody was saying something that somebody scammed him. And then somebody was whining him. And he just went for the person's father. And I'm like, guy, calm down. The person that was telling him calm down, he went for that person's mother. So people are just really just frustrated. And people just want to just like vent with any avenue they have.
You are not responsible for what happens to you, but you are responsible for how you react to it. So if a lot of things is happening to everybody, you're also on social media, Dave. Why are you not venting or taking it out on everybody? So if you're claiming to be abused and in the process of making your abuse known, you're abusing other persons, you are not different from those we want down too. In the end, that's it.
True.
Cyberbullying in general, of course, is like a very, very like bad thing. But in our country, Nigeria, cyberbullying, they come from everybody's pocket.
Everybody savage.
They go drop, you go shout, talk, even if you no concern, you go shout, chook mouth. So that's how it is actually. But if you bring it to the current situation at hand, well, I won't say it's cyberbullying because these videos and whatever that have been on the internet actually came from a lot of people, right? Different eyes, different sources, and things like that. So for me, I feel it's just a normal thing. If and that news come out today that maybe the video don't slap us, you go share internet, people go still insult. So a normal thing now. It is social media. That's how it's meant to be. Actually, you can't tell me that you have a social media platform where you can't have cyberbullying on. I mean, come on, cyberbullying, in as much as it's bad, I think it's very important to certain situations.
So it's screws.
Wow. Yeah, it's just sometimes it's just screws, sometimes it's serious, but at the end of the day,
it is not screws.
It is not screws, exactly. That's what it be. That's what it be.
Longer cruise, people that will begin to advise. I mean, you that are advising that people should care about people. You were also involved in that thing at one point or another. So
So are we saying it's just like the critical Nigerian thing where corruption is favor when it is on your side and corruption is corruption?
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. And okay, so another thing do you think that Mohbad was a victim of bad PR? Now, let me put this in perspective. Like, a video recently just came out again where Naira Marley did a video and he was talking about, using this accent, how he thinks that Mohbad was high or is what he's drinking. That's why it's affecting him, right? I don't know. But do you think it was a victim of bad PR? Because a lot of videos have come up. We have seen a whole lot of videos when it was playing, when it was joking around and everything. And you will see, we have never seen one video where it's actually using something or smoking something or taking something. So these videos or this mentality or this mind that we had that, it was abusing substances. I feel like if this person is an addict, do you not think that you would see it the way we see other people doing it? But like, why is there no evidence? Not just explanation, no evidence.
Obviously.
Okay, Daniel.
So quickly here, so I think you can categorize what do you call these guys again? These people that are addicted to like substances, right? So you have the rich side and you have the trenches side, right? Of course, you see the trenches when you see person with one video like this guy, Uncle, so you go no say this one they take drugs now. But when you move to the rich side, you can't see that on social media. Right, it's only so sometimes only is that, so it depends. They're at a party, right? Then you see those things. You can't see them just staying in their house and just taking cocaine. I don't know, but I've never seen that.
Okay,
before,
let's not say cocaine. Let's say
weed.
Smoking.
Smoking, right? Okay, smoking, right? So they do, but
we have seen videos of a lot of these guys.
So these guys are. I think in Nigeria, right, smoking is like a norms. Right, and it depends on what exactly you're smoking.
Kilo fat.
Exactly. So you will see a lot of videos where maybe they are just taking them weed and they are just chilling, relaxing, or at a party just doing one or two things, but you will never see them actually being the, in quotes, the drug addict, right? You will never see that on the internet.
I don't think it's about bad PR. I think it's more about no PR. This is what I'm saying now. From when Mohbad came out to complain and say, oh, if anything happens to me, oh, this person is responsible, right? I took interest in that guy's case, and that's why this situation actually touches me personally. But I took interest, and I was following him. I, funny enough, did not know that people did not even pay attention. Like, people did not take it serious. I didn't know that he was influenced by that speech. Let me put that. But I was interested in the situation. I was following it up from the whole arrest and everything. Now, one interesting thing is, when Mohbad left, he sang a song, Thief. Right? After I left Mania Record, he sang a song Thief, and he was insulting. He even said, Naira is coming down, trying to do the play on words, Naira, and of course, like, why is Naira coming down? And then he said he doesn't smoke, he doesn't drink anymore. Which means that if he says he doesn't smoke, he doesn't drink anymore, he used to do it. Yeah. There was a video recently that shows Mohbad and Naira Marley holding arms. I don't know how true that video is, but holding arms, and there was some bags that indicates a particular substance. You understand? I don't know what that is, right? But there's a video currently online that shows that. So I just feel like it's more about now as to why people didn't pay attention to it. Like I said, no PR. Mohbad was not the guy, right? It was not that artist. So that's why the attention was not there, right? A lot of people, Cynthia Morgan came out to say people called her an attention seeker. This guy came out, Mehdi came out. People will always, you're not that person, right? And so people really don't just pay attention to you because you don't have that PR. It's not necessarily because of what Naira Marley said. It's because you are not just who people are talking about currently. So I think that was the situation with Mohbad.
Yeah, I would love to agree with Dave here because I don't know, there's this thing culturally in Nigeria that the bigger person is almost always the right person, and it even takes roots down in the Yoruba culture where they say you use your elder to cheat the younger one. So it was just a matter of Mohbad, you're just picking like local parlance have it now. You could just explain tire at that point, no evidence.
So we could also say that these things that we have said is the reason why nothing really happened, why there was no action taken.
To be honest, if Nigerians did not stand up, and if even as we have stood up, if Nigerians don't continue to pressure, I think that's the only thing that can make the difference here, the pressure that Nigerians apply at this stage. If Nigerians don't continue to pressure, everything will die
down. Yeah.
But even with the pressure, I'm not trying to be pessimistic about the system that we have in Nigeria. I do not feel adequate justice will be meted out.
Let me say something. You see, they say that when a drop of water continues to touch on a stone, it's only a matter of time. The stone will pass away. Yeah. If we continue to apply pressure consistently, it might take time, but trust me, it took pressure for them to exhume. You know what it means to exhume? The corpse was buried and it was plastered, and they had to break that and exhume that. It was pressure. If not for the pressure, that wouldn't have happened, right? That was a very, very delicate thing to have done. But I think that if Nigerians continue to pressure, we would expect something interesting from this situation.
I hope this is a different case, but I've lived long enough to see some things happen in Nigeria until now. They still remain unraveled.
It's our hope that dies. The fact that we don't think that it can be solved.
You don't continue, so you give up.
We just give up and say that's the only. I mean, the end situation. Sorry to say, it's because people left. Imagine if after the shooting and people stayed, it would have been a different outcome entirely. I assure you.
Okay. So a lot of artists have come out here. We have heard songs. We have heard people like Omale talk about so take my pain away. We have heard Tenny in also say like she wants to pour out water on her head because this pressure is a lot. We have heard La Bianca say she has been drinking alcohol because the pressure will mount. The pressure is getting worse. So do you think that, as we used to say, it's the song, it's cruise? Are we taking these songs as cruise? Because if you notice that Mohbad came out a lot talking about how he's in pain and all that. A lot of people come out to say they're in pain. But we take it, you see us dancing, whatever, galalas, swore, everything to these songs. And I'm looking like, is it that we are going to continue to take these songs as songs? Or are we going to see if there is a deeper meaning behind it?
So let's leave our country right now and move, let's say, down to the US now. So the rappers in the US, right? If you check their lyrics well, they actually tell you what they do in real life, right? They'll tell you they've shot 69 niggas, they've done this, they've done that. At that point, do you think anybody listening to that song will take note of those things? I don't really think so, right? Now bring it back home. Yeah. Let's take an example for Omale. Omale, I think we already know is depressed, right? So,
say so. Afro-depression.
Afro-depression, exactly.
Afro-depression.
So, now, are we checking his lyrics? We listen to his songs, right? We love his songs. I mean, I love his songs too. I'm not depressed though, right? Just take it on that. So, I'm not depressed. But we like his songs, yeah. So we can't really. I don't think anybody will look too much into the lyrics, into his lyrics, right? They will just want to get their groove on, listen to the song, vibe, and just chill, relax, and do whatever they want. But let's move to the side of Mohbad real quick. Mohbad had a chance, I mean, before he died, to speak out, right? In his songs, he was telling us what was happening.
Codedly.
Yeah, codedly. And he was also putting out videos, right? Yeah. Telling us this is what is happening. And we were turning deaf ears at that point. Nobody listened to this guy. Nobody was listening.
Nobody was listening.
And then he died. And then everybody now, what happened to Mohbad? Funny enough, right? I just realized that a lot of Nigerians were not listening to Mohbad at that time. Yeah?
Right.
And when he died, next thing,
everybody,
Mohbad this,
I mean, it's trending.
Bro, even me that loved Mohbad,
even the parents,
I was feeling bad. I was feeling bad that I want to know why am I not crying Mohbad my night? I do like it was just that pure. It was just
the
very,
parents.
very,
I'll sit down. My mom is like, "Hey, Mohbad,
mommy, Mohbad ni like, come now, guy, come on." At that point, nobody was listening to this guy, and then now he's dead, and we're crying. I love the pressure that Nigerians are actually putting out there to get like the justice for him. But I would say Nigerians actually are part of this, and I'm happy that we are trying to do something about it. Right? I mean, his fans too, yeah, are trying to do something about it. I think justice must prevail, but you know your country now. But let's see how it go.
Let's see how it go.
You see something here. One thing is that all of us, we are all going through it. Like all of us, we are all going through it. All of us have something as bland as that might be, or as straightforward as that might be, but that's the reality on ground. All of us have something that we're dealing with, right? Everybody. If you want to save somebody, have you eaten? The boss, you are going to take boss. How is the fuel price, right? Everybody, we have something we're dealing with, right? And I think that's why it's only extreme cases like this that are actually resulting to a fatality. Yes. That we actually, as you see, that there's something called novelty. Novelty is something outside the norm. Saying you are going through it, it's not outside the norm. It is the norm.
It is the norm.
Do you understand? It is everybody's
everybody's going through a lot.
In fact, depression has so been trivialized that everybody can just say I'm depressed, right? Depression is higher in this generation than any other time, right? So it's really just the way. So it takes something outside that norm for something like this, and somebody that is bigger than a lot of people come out to say, they are actually, and when you talk about celebrities too, imagine fame is also another thing, comes with a different kind of pressure, right? A whole different kind of pressure. That's why you like, yeah, somebody said he's lonely at the top. It's actually not joking, because he doesn't even know to trust. He doesn't know. It's just like every day, just calculating: is this real love? Is this fake love? What is this? Who is bringing this? What is this? This trying to sign contract, trying to protect his life, trying to watch his back, and everybody's just so. It's just really the situation that, I mean, they are actually saying what exactly is going through, but then what can we do?
Samuel, so what can we do?
What can we do? So most times, a person's art is a reflection of the person's heart. So a lot of times we try to separate, and that's why we just get to dance and leave the lyrics aside. An average Nigeria, we say let the bedu just enter body, waiting concern us with waiting, then they talk. You understand? But then most of the time, these people are trying to communicate stuff in their song, with their songs, but we, as David rightly said, we don't pay attention because in the end everybody's facing something, so we are not even ready to look beyond ourselves to say, okay, what's this person? It could be more grievous than mine. So to kind of want to offer help, like I said, he spoke through during his lifetime in songs, in videos, No, everybody saw it as normal. You go soon pass, now your turn.
Yeah, but you go through your own a lot.
I was telling you guys about all these things, right? Like he was mentioning the things that were happening, and in as much as you say, "Oh yeah, this is your turn, go through it," blah blah blah.
Yeah, that's a joke. Like
Bro,
it's your
he's dead
turn.
now. Come on. He's
So
dead.
now that is where me I would blame the kind of system we have, the kind of policing and we have. For real, if he were I would not mention a country, but if you were a citizen of the West, by the West I don't mean the western part of Nigeria, the West, we would not be talking about this outcome, because the authorities would have done something
on time.
Yes, because if there was a petition and the law enforcement agency is telling us that they did not take action on the petition because it didn't show up, I find that very, very...
but I feel like there's a possibility that there are a lot of petitions. You never reach your turn, now why you never do it.
Also, as for his situation, I feel like not everyone can be as expressive as everyone, right?
Yeah.
We have different level of expressiveness, right? He tried his best to express. Now, there's also the element of fear. Yeah, while you are expressing, oh, this person is after my life, there's only as much as you can reveal, because you also want to protect your life to an extent. There's the fact that you want to protect. There's also the fact that who will believe you, right? You just turn yourself to public enemy, because people just say, I mean, people have power more than you. They have more power than you, and they can also twist narrative that will go against you, because who are you, right? So I think this, but just assuming if for someone that probably journals, probably a video or write somewhere, and he has listed, even not to come out, like in case of his demise,
necessity.
you understand? And he lists or writes out specifically what happens, that would probably be tenderable, right, towards justice. Now, there's also, like in a more trivial form, there's also the conversation of if he was friends with Portable. would have actually.
Somebody said if it was Portable, we would not be talking about
we
this.
don't know that, right? Let's move on from that. So there's another thing that sparked a lot of outrage, interest, and different things. Somebody came out and said, "Oh, let us do DNA for Mohbad's child, because maybe the child does not look like Mohbad's." Samuel, what do you think?
Okay, now I found it very distasteful at the, like, plainly speaking, it's nothing you should say to a 24-year-old lady who's trying to figure out the fact that our young husband is dead and she has a 5-month-old child to deal with, and only thing you would ever know of his father is memories
on social media
or pictures on social media platforms, videos on YouTube. That's all you will see. So I found that very distasteful. As for the looks, I have a child who looks like me, and I have never fathered a child.
Are you sure?
Guy, I am a no-some person.
Okay, well, true, because my nephew, when my nephew was light-skinned till he was 3, and now my nephew is so dark-skinned, and now he looks exactly like his father. But for the first 3 years of this boy's life, he didn't look like anybody. He looks
changed. So
true.
Of course. So now, if the father of the child is not saying this baby looks like Samuel, why? They should go and do DNA thing. In my head, he's just wasting his money because.
Okay, so I think that statement obviously was like insensitive, right? Because you can't, in as much as the situation will raise a lot of questions, I believe that kind of question should not be on your mind. You get,
even if it's supposed to be from the family, I guess.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. So it can't even be from who was that lady, please? An outsider. Can you imagine?
A guy. A very expressive guy.
Expressive guy, interesting. Yes. Chasing clout, Abby. Anyhow, but yeah, I don't think that kind of question should like be in, I don't know, in context. I think the kind of questions you think about will it get justice? Who are the culprits? Who did this? Who did that? What happened? And things like that. So that question, of course, I don't know. I don't even know, but the baby kind of looks like Mohbad to me, Shao.
To you,
to
Davis.
Me, exactly.
In the portions of justice, nothing should be taken for granted, right, there is something called motive, right? There needs to be an established motive to say, okay, this is why you are a suspect. Like, it is because of this situation. That's why you are a suspect. It's because probably you're not the father of that child, or you know there was a video that circulated of Mohbad and his wife having some altercation and all of that. That probably is because the guy found out something. That's why you are probably complicit in this situation. Now that's one side. Now, but the situation here is the evidence we have on ground, the things that have been that are being portrayed on social media. What have you done about those things to now want to go into the things that you are assuming? Right? There have been videos about so people being like largely involved in this guy's predicament while he was alive, right? In this guy's depression, this guy's situation, right? There are video evidences even recently, but nothing has been done about those situations. You're now going as far as targeting somebody who's grieving. That's insensitive. As much as that might not be that might be necessary moving forward, but for now that's insensitive, and it should not be coming from an outsider. Actually speaking, it should not be from that. So okay, yeah, let's. I mean, the authorities can also say we want to try this out, but not somebody just say. I think that's insensitive.
Not, it's random.
I think that's quite insensitive to say.
So we've also said, let's boycott Naira Marley. Let's not listen to Naira Marley's song. A lot of people have gone the extra mile. When you see Keke that has Naira Marley's picture, tear it. When you see people that look like Naira Marley or Zidoliski, harass them and everything. But we have been listening to Mohbad songs. We are streaming Mohbad songs that have been topping charts on Apple, number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, 5. You know, but it's funny because some of these songs that have been streamed were recorded whilst it was under the Malian records, and it means that the royalties from this would be going to this same person that we have been asked to boycott, or we are trying to boycott. What do you think about it, Davis?
Like, it's quite interesting, but at this point in time, right, from last I heard, I think the decision is already in court. I mean, if we are going to get true justice, but there needs to be pressure. If there's no pressure, Mohbad signed a contract. He did sign a contract, right? Whatever his contract states, you have to honor that contract. You have to say, oh, this is what your music, your royalties goes to. But there's a particular percentage. I think it's more about individuals themselves, and also by extension artists per se. Right? How do you manage your resources? How do you manage what is available to you while you are alive? I mean, it's easy to say, oh, I shouldn't talk about my will, I shouldn't talk about this thing, I'm still too young. But yeah, there's someone at 27 that still has his whole life ahead of him, right? So, like, what were the plans you made or you are making, right, to protect your estate? Right? What are the plans you make? You see people fighting for their masters, people fighting for their rights. I mean, what are the adequate plans you make in case of things like this? I think it's very important for people to actually do that due diligence, because as it stands now, contract must be honored. The only thing that will go to the family of the deceased is what was signed that should go to them, which is going to be probably going to be a legally percentage, unless those ones just want to forfeit everything if they are found guilty of what they have been accused of. But even as it stands, Malian music is an entity on its own. It's not Naira Marley, right?
Of course.
So even if Naira Marley is found guilty of any, Malian music is an entity, and that is what is going to, the contract that was signed is what is going to be honored.
So just like David said, it's between two contractual entities, Mohbad as an artist, then Malian record, not Naira Marley, because it's not Naira Marley, it's Malian record. So whatever was signed in that contract, we have no details of that, is whatever will be accrued to the family. And shockingly, myself and a person was talking about this on Saturday, saying in the end we are boycotting Naira Marley, but we are listening to Mohbad, we are still making Naira Marley money. So it's just an issue of the contract, and it just goes to teach every up and coming artist that go through your contracts well, get legal representation, know what you're signing, because it was at a point where he discovered that he's signed onto like a draconian contract. That's when he wanted out. And
even if because of desperation you actually had to sign a contract because you needed to leave the streets right on time. 1 year, 2 years, you have started doing well. Right? It's time to review. I mean, Kizane had to lose the right to use KISS, but he had to do that, and he did that, and it's working out well for him, right? So it's necessary to review when you have the resources to actually pursue this situation.
Yeah, but a lot of times they are not even, I don't know if they are not thinking towards that end.
I think it's also knowledge, right? Knowledge.
Of course.
The fact that who are you exposed to, who's your team, who's on your team.
What are you saying about this?
Well, royalties. I like money, shao. I know everybody likes money too, right? But of course, as an artist, I definitely think you should go through your contracts first. You need your lawyer present, obviously, like someone to help you out, because as it seems now, it doesn't look like Mohbad actually looked at that contract. Or I'm not speaking bad of the disease, but I saw online that most of his royalties, they are going back to Malian music. And come on, you should at least take, I don't know, 40% at least of 60 or 50. I don't know the percentage, but at least an artist should take like a big percentage of your royalties, right? And then let the label have the rest. But as it seems now, Naira they make money. Sorry, Malian music they make money.
Actually,
but Nigerians go to say Naira they make money. I'm not on that side, right? Malian music they make money. Sure. But I don't know. Mohbad has tried. I guess he has done his bit. Let the courts handle the rest.
As soon as you start making money, please
make sure
and do your finances. Of course, sort your finances.
Do you have wills? Does any of you have your will?
Well, I don't
have the will of God.
so the truth
do you have property to put in?
Exactly right. So like, what do I want? Probably it's my own property. I used to get the lawyer.
maybe it's my mobile devices I want to put on my original chargers.
But trust me, as soon as
you hammer,
I start getting that lawyer money. It's important to actually consider things like that.
So lastly, do you think the cancel culture works in Nigeria? Because a lot of people have been saying, you are saying let's cancel Naira Marley. Once Naira Marley drops one hit song like this, people have already forgotten the cancellation and you have uncancelled him. So do you think cancel culture works in Nigeria, Samuel?
For a set of people that are highly forgetful, it does not work. And Nigeria has proven to be Nigerians in Nigeria has proven to be highly forgetful, because all we just need to do is adjust.
We adjust
and we move, like we always say. So maybe with Naira Marley we would experience a novelty and truly it will be cancelled, because radio stations are already saying no more Naira Marley or anybody in Malian.
But the truth is, for a long time, you can't even play a lot of Naira Marley songs on air because they are NTBB So
yes,
you could play them in the clubs, but now I don't think any DJ will have in mind.
Yes,
no, go and play it.
So that's just it. Maybe the cancellation will work now, but I don't. But in Nigeria, we too forget things, right?
Okay, cancelling an artist in Nigeria. I'm marrying a street guy, so I don't know if that will work, because most of the street guys listen to Naira Marley. Me go, I know be street guy, but I like Naira Marley. That one, now your business if you won't fight me. Anyways, but cancel me, please cancel me. But I just think that cancelling artists should, I believe it should work in Nigeria, and I hope it actually works in Nigeria. Like someone said, I forget from this country. Like we know they remember a lot of things, but for this, come on, the Independence Day is in about how many days now? And I think at least to just prove that we have hope and prosperity in this country. Maybe you guys cancel Naira Marley, right? You guys cancel them, and then I don't know. Let's see how it goes. Actually,
I don't support the cancel culture.
No, for you.
Like personally, like not considering the situation on ground. Right? I personally don't. So I don't think it's fair for anybody. But I think that some of these times it's just somebody says something probably extreme in some situations that doesn't sit well with you, and then you say, "Oh, let's come on." Who are you to cancel anybody? Like, who are you? Why? 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 So, like, I don't believe in canceling people, but I think for this particular situation, as to whether it is right to cancel or not, I'll leave that to the populace to decide that. But I think PR is something that reigns supreme in Nigeria. As much as we may try to deny it, PR reigns supreme in Nigeria. We get a lot because money moves things. It's easy to do PR with money, right? And also the fact that we all have bigger things to deal with. Excuse me? That person we don't chop finish now in the you don't understand. So now you go remember saying one cancel person. After you don't just like you might be angry now and everything, but your anger will calm down and say no matter how your eye red finish, you know if you boy right? But usually your anger will probably douse down. Then I don't know. I think it's left to be seen to see that. But so far, that's never what we tried to cancel Mr. Izzy. Mr. Izzy became global, boom, and all of that. So we tried to cancel.
We started farming him back.
We started farming him back, right? So we tried to cancel a lot of people, and then you see some people now start supporting them in town. So it's just really, right? It's just really sketchy. But for this situation, I think I'm interested in seeing how this will play out, and I feel like pressure should be exerted, and we should not drop the pressure. But if we are not going to drop the pressure, it's left to be seen.
The police are currently doing their investigations, and we hope that the end result gotten would bring closure to both family, fans, friends, and everybody like that. And we pray that his soul will rest in peace and his light would eternally shine. Thank you guys so much for coming to the studio to talk to me. And don't forget to keep listening to Africa Tech Radio and follow us on all our social media platforms.